You know, there was some moist air that moved up from the Gulf and some cold air that came down from the Rockies, and they collided, and it spawned probably 20 tornadoes and a lot of really high energy thunderstorms, and they caused a lot of damage. Probably a dozen people or so are dead.
Okay, this is footage we're looking at in Harrisburg, Illinois, and it's a scene of devastation. I don't know if it's total devastation. Maybe it is, now that I look closer. But we also understand there was a death, at least a dozen people killed across 3 towns, right?
Yeah, I think in Harrisburg alone there were 10 people. The part of the hospital was ripped off. It destroyed a couple of neighborhoods.
Okay, and what else do we know? What are the tornadoes gone now completely, or are they careening across the Midwest and continuing to destroy town after town?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a tidal wave of tornadoes, but they're moving east, and I think they're somewhat dissipating.
Okay, and what is the government doing, and I presume it's the Federal Emergency Management Administration, what are they doing to help people who've lost their homes or have had their homes destroyed?
You know, what I can tell you is in Kansas right now they've declared a state of emergency, and there's a lot of first responders who are on the scene. These things happened late last night, right after midnight, and early around 5 a.m. this morning. So their responders have been there for half a day now, cleaning up.
So clearly, this is not the time of year to be without shelter, because it is still a winter. Most places in the U.S. Are there going to be a lot of people need to get emergency housing?
Yeah, these things touched down and they were spotty. This wasn't like Joplin where the entire town, it sort of ran through the entire town, if you remember last year. This popped into a bunch of neighborhoods. In Branson, for instance, I think there's 200 hotels there. It's a big theater town, and a dozen of them were damaged. So there's 190 or 188 of them that remain standing and that are fine. So it's sort of spotty damage.
Okay, so spotty damage. Now we see house damage clearly because we see a lot of 2x4s and a lot of planks of wood all over the place. Is there any other infrastructure that's damaged? Roads, bridges, electricity, water mains, have they been affected?
Power's out in a lot of places, and the hospital in Harrisburg, I spoke to the director there, he said a couple of the external weight-bearing walls were ripped off. They had evacuated just 20 minutes earlier because they got word that this thing was coming through. So the hospital's out, and the electricity was out, and I think it's being put back in now.
Is this early in the season for this sort of thing to happen, or can we expect a lot more of this?
It actually is early. The tornado season starts to ramp up around this latitude in end of March, April. So the fact that we're still in February tells you that it's early. Doesn't mean that there's going to be an early tornado season. It means that there could be. The warm weather has sort of laid the table for this, but the weather can still turn.
Okay. Are there any emergency precautions that the government is putting out in these various states? What are they telling people to do? Right now, it's a lot of cleanup. At this point, the storms have gone through. People are just trying to, the Red Cross is out there, make sure everybody's a place to stay tonight. And there's a lot of, the number of bodies that have to be taken care of. A lot of injuries, a lot of broken bones and compression injuries from things falling.